Here we are, guys. We're in Nashville for podcast number 2. We're at the PBR Teams event with the Nashville Stampede, and we've got Riley with us today.
Hello,
Riley
guys.
is an awesome dude. We've been meeting a few times here at some of the events, and we're glad to get to sit down with you. How's it going?
It's good. It's good. We love Nashville, and it's always good to be here, you know.
Heck yeah. So Nashville's, let's see, where is home for you originally?
Home is southeastern South Dakota.
Yes.
And I live outside of Fort Worth, Texas now.
Okay. Nice. So you're a little way from home, but it's not.
Little ways, yeah.
It's probably pretty easy to get here from Fort Worth, though.
Oh, yeah. One flight. It's like not even 2 hours.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
that's
nice.
Straight here, yep.
Heck yeah. So what is it you do here? What is your job for the PBR?
I'm on the arena crew, so I set up the steel, handle all the bulls, and out front during the show and pull gates open. And when it's all done, we reverse order. The bulls are all gone, tear it all down, and put it on the trucks. And
you do all the hard work.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes of PBR that people don't realize. You don't
no one
just
gets to see all
open
that
gates
stuff.
and look pretty.
Some people think that's so, but
He's like 6 hours a day. I get it.
No.
That's
Oh, my
awesome. Yeah, so probably most people have seen you. If they've watched any PBR, they've seen you on there.
That's what I was going to say about this guest in particular is you may not know him, but you for sure have seen him. You just probably didn't realize it.
Yeah, they don't say my name or nothing, but people says, "Oh, I see you. I watch you every week. I see you." I'm like, yeah, I mean,
I'm there.
Yeah, I'm there every time.
Every week.
If I'm not, everyone's going to know.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I'm there for every single ride. So let's talk about that. Let's back up for you and get to know you. You grew up in southeast South Dakota. What did life look like for you growing up? Were you involved in rodeo? Walk us through that.
So we ranched and farmed growing up, and just as a little kid, you know, any little kid, rodeo or farm kid wants to wear chaps and watch bull riding, and we had some friends that rodeoed, so we went and watch them all the time. Like, no one in my family is into the rodeo deal. And so we went and watched them all the time and just wanted to be a little bull rider as a little kid all the way till 7th or 8th grade. I came home and told Mom and Dad I was wanting to ride bulls.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, well, if that's something you want to do, you know, and you got to have someone to be able to help you. And so I had a friend that was older, like a junior, senior in school, and Grady Johnson is his name, and I asked him, and he had some old equipment around, and so I went and got it, and he lined it up, some practice steers, I guess, and it's kind of how it all got started.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, a lot of people around your house ride.
Yeah, I mean, not really, but there's people around that do, and there's a couple places that had some steers around and roping steers, you know.
Yeah.
So I ended up riding bulls till I came PBR, really, and that's just kind of how it got into it, I guess, farming and ranching growing up, and yeah.
How did you get into the PBR to begin with? What was your first job, or was this the first job you did starting with the PBR?
I helped a couple guys at rodeos back home, but was basically just ranching at home for a guy for the Hens Ranch in Huron, South Dakota, and was there for a couple years, and one random day, you know, because I traveled a bunch rodeoing, and one random day, I was like, you know what, I kind of want to go travel more and go hang out and go places. And so, like, went to that was Sunday night, and on Monday morning I told my boss, I'm done. 3 weeks, I'm done. I'm out of the house, and I'm done working in 3 weeks. Like, same day, the house, everything. And I guess that was all done, and I went back home, South Dakota that was like 100 miles away from home, but I'm back home for a couple days, and then went to western South Dakota to see a buddy. Yeah. And it was like a week without, you know, working, you know. I was going to go travel for like 3 months and see all kinds of people. But the Bierman Ranch, Casey Sterling, he held bulls at the PBR here, and Jerome Robinson. Yeah. And so they are all friends, and Jerome asked Casey if he knew anyone that could work and wanted to travel. And so it all kind of just happened. And
wild.
Talked
That's
to Jerome.
Such a God thing that would, like, all the things just, you were like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else. And but you didn't know what that was.
Yeah, no. I had no plans to work for 3 months.
That's awesome. Wild.
And within 1 week, I committed to becoming PBR.
And now how long ago was that?
Like 3.5 years. I've been early at 21, probably.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've been going at it a while then.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it all just got started. I talked to Jerome for 15 minutes, and he says, what are you doing next weekend? You want to come to Minneapolis?
Oh, my gosh.
Or Minneapolis or Omaha, one of those two. And he says, well, I got a truck going through Sioux Falls, so you just jump in it and we go down there.
Oh, my gosh. What? Okay.
Yeah. I said, okay.
I did it. Truck. Oh, my gosh.
I did it. Yeah, I did it. So it all just started there. And Didn't apply for nothing. Hadn't, watched the PBR growing up. And,
Right.
and
Those
just kind
are
of got
some of
doing
the
that.
best jobs, though. The ones you don't have to apply
know.
for.
Yeah.
You just
Yes.
meet the right people, and they're like, I'm looking for somebody to do this. You're like, I'm your guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Sign me
like
up.
a 45-minute conversation. Didn't even know Jerome.
Yeah.
Didn't know anyone here, And, now I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, did they start you pulling gates, or what were you doing on that first?
That's probably like the third event, I suppose.
Wow.
We had another guy that was working, and he ended up getting a different job, and so that spot was open.
Yeah.
But I was in the back for one or two shows, load bulls, and they said, "Would you want to go? You want to go pull gates up front?" I said, "Okay, that'd be cool." And so that's just kind of how I just ended up staying there.
It's wild.
Ended up
Just
staying there, and I like it. Love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And that really is like those are the best jobs when they like fall into your lap and you don't know what it looks like and you don't know what it's going to be, because even like my job that's kind of how it fell into my lap. I wasn't looking, and I work in veterinary supplies
Oh, yep.
sales.
Yep,
So it's super fun and it's involved in an industry I love, and I get to be involved with veterinarians and animals. But I couldn't have planned a better job for myself. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
talk a little bit about what goes into the events. So, like you were saying, you come in, set it up, go all the way through to the production, then you tear it down afterwards. But a lot of people, I don't think, understand just how massive of a production a PBR is. And you guys bring every square foot of everything used in one of these in with you and take it out with you, don't you?
Yeah. It's everything in the air, all the panels. Only thing that doesn't come with us is the dirt.
Right.
So like you look in the air, there's all kinds of lights and speakers and trusses hanging around, and that we call it people pens, but the big area top of the bucking chutes.
Yeah.
That let alone is like 3 semis.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
that's wild.
So
I didn't
like
realize
14,
that much.
14 semis on the road for teams event.
That's wild.
Production and fencing and everything.
Yeah, I think there's 14, 12 production, and then 2
Okay.
arena,
Wow.
2 steel, like 14. Like we had trucks for the teams. Like UTB, a normal season is less, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
still it's everything but the dirt comes
That's
here.
wild.
The team's event's crazy. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. What do you think about it? Have you
I
liked
love
it?
I love the teams deal. It's good for these guys that never had a coach before. These young kids that get to be on the same team with, the superstars that they'll ride with each other all year long, but
Right.
here like they're tied in, like they have a coach that's helping them along the way and kind of guiding me through, the young kids, but
Yeah, that's how I felt about it. I come from an athletic background. I ran track in college, and it made a huge difference to me going from high school to college because of the coaching difference. And that's what we talked about in rodeo is it's an individual sport,
Right.
and you have buddies that you ride with, but when you come to the team side of things and those buddies now are invested in you being successful, and you've got somebody that's paid to care for you and help you
Right.
train, like it's got to make a huge difference for the mental game for a lot of these guys,
Yes.
but also just the technical game, I would imagine.
it is too. It's these guys never had like JRV. I was talking to him, flew out with him, and from New York to back to Texas, and he's 40 years old.
Right.
And before this team deal, he's never had a coach. Like
Which is wild.
he's never had a coach and just
How?
a stud,
How's he been
and
so successful?
yeah, it's
Figure it out on your own.
yeah. I mean, he loves it, and
Yeah.
he likes helping the younger guys. And
It's
the
good
guys,
to hear that the older guys feel that way about it too.
Oh yeah, they like helping the young kids. Because it's a sport that if you don't make the new kids, there's everyone just getting older, and
Yep.
it's a thing that I like it. It's a new thing. The fans are adapting to it right away. We had a lot of
Yes.
fans that weren't liking it, and
Well, and from our perspective, because we're consumers of bull riding and PPR, we just didn't know what it was going to be like. But once we saw it and saw the presentation of it, we love it. Like I almost like it more than the regular season now because
yeah.
you have something more to cheer for, and it's more engaging because it's back and forth, and it's like we're individually watching this set of teams compete against each other right here. It's not just a bull rider rotary didn't ride. You know what I mean?
is, too.
I hate to be that way,
Five
but
guys
that's
against-
true. It's a great presentation. It's a great production.
right, it's 5 guys ride against 5 guys, and
Right.
when it narrows down to he needs 81 points to win the game,
Right.
Yeah.
and they do it, and so they win the game. Like it's just a crazy thing, and we're on the 4th event now.
Yep.
And this season, we've never ever heard fans this loud. Like,
Yeah.
it gets down to
That's interesting to hear.
it's like we're in Nashville and the last ride of their game, and they have a ride and they win. Like, we have to plug our ears because almost it gets so loud. Like, crowd just
That's
goes
awesome.
insane.
That's wild, and I'm sure it's interesting for you being down and in it of like trying to be so focused on your job to do everything right at the right exact time.
Yeah.
And it's so loud and in your
It
head.
is
I
like
can only
make
imagine.
a crazy deal, and everyone just goes nuts, you know. And
It's
and
awesome, though.
that's not the case when we go to UTB. You know, people
Right.
get excited, but there's more not tension, but more
Yeah, just more camaraderie.
Yeah.
I mean, between even the riders and the fans.
right.
Whole nother dimension to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you go if like let's say Chase Outlaw, which he's not riding right now, but if Chase Outlaw is your favorite rider and he's on a Nashville Stampede team, well now you cheer for Chase and four
And
other
four,
guall
yes.
because they help your guy win. So
It's all
instead of
team
just
thing.
the one ride and you know,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually a really big fan of it, and I
Yes.
think that it, like I said, it adds another dimension to it that you didn't have before. That relates it to team sports that people are so used to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
They get the team camaraderie and the coaching aspect and everything. So that's exciting, and it's cool to hear that from your perspective on the dirt, you're in the middle of it, and the difference in crowds at UTB and the teams.
It is you know, they always ask every night, you know, how many new fans do we have at PBR? And the whole crowd lights up.
Yes,
Like we're bringing in so many new fans
Yeah.
and new
That's
faces,
awesome.
and
I love
just
it.
you know, these guys all ride in UTB too, but it's just a totally different thing when you go to the teams, you know. And they're all friends, they're all buddies, but they're on different teams, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Adds a little more competitive edge too, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Exactly. And so when you're with them for the whole season, right? You'll go to every single event.
yes, sir, all the teams and all the UTBs, and go work a couple challengers
Yeah.
for in the summertime. But
So out of all the arenas that you've gone to, is there one that's just really unique or really cool and it was a cool experience? Or
I'd probably say Madison Square Garden.
yeah.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden. Yeah, it's you know, I have a list of like top 5, you know, events we go to that I always have fun and like going, but Madison Square Garden's pretty cool.
What's your top 5?
I always say Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville, Billings, Montana,
Okay.
Sacramento, California.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming.
No, me
No.
neither.
It's just people are so nice out there. Like
Really?
if you go down to LA, it's different
it's
type
very
of people,
different.
but the country's cool out there, you know, and people, and I would say Manchester, New Hampshire.
Didn't see
Random.
that one
Why?
coming either.
Okay, tell us
It's
why.
just another thing. People are so nice there. We, you know, at the
It's
arena, you
interesting.
know,
This
like
is not what I expected.
no. I guess
it.
the Madison Square Garden. I don't like
Yeah.
the city of New York, but
Yeah.
man, it's cool to go hang out for a couple days. But I never grew up in the city. I never grew up,
Yeah.
No, I'd say
you know,
not.
nothing like that. And people are stacked on top of each other. And
Yeah, it's a different lifestyle entirely.
yeah, it's just I don't like the city deal. So
Yeah. So the last weekend you were in New York, but that wasn't Madison Square Garden, right?
yeah, we're just right across the river in Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's just like super close. Like it's, I don't know, it's hard to tell time or hard to
Yeah.
judge time in New
distance,
York,
yeah,
but
exactly.
it's yeah, we're I don't know. Where else is there's one more. Fort Worth is always fun. You know, I live down there
Yeah.
now, but of course I have a lot of fun in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We're from there, and you
Yeah.
just know everyone there. So
Yeah. You have a cheering section when you go back home?
oh yeah, yeah. It's hard to, people don't like walking with me because, you know, I don't live up there no more, and
Yes.
everyone knows me up there. So you walk around and there's like 15 people here, so
Yeah,
you got
they
to talk
all
to.
know
You can't
you.
just say wave and bye, you know.
Everyone's like, I don't know you this weekend,
Yeah.
Riley.
Get hung up
Sorry.
here, so then go there, go there.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yep.
Well, you've got a pretty good presence, it seems like, on social media, too.
Yes.
Has that kind of been a thing you focused on, or is that just
Um,
came about?
I mean, I started PBR and just kind of posted a few things, and
Yeah.
and the mustache is like probably
Yeah,
what people
it's a
know me by,
signature.
you know, because
Yeah.
everyone can pull gates, but people, that's probably how they know me, is the mustache thing. And so I've been posting on there and trying to grow it up, trying to do something on there, but slowly working at it.
You
know?
get a lot of screen time, I've noticed. At the,
Yeah. Scroll through there. Oh, there's me. There's me.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
it's a viral mustache. I don't know if that's a good terminology for it.
Yeah, how long have you been growing the mustache? Like, let's talk about that
Yeah.
because it is your signature, I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah, it is. But I've had it like 4 years probably.
Okay.
4 years, and I've probably cut like 3 inches off each side of it,
Oh my gosh.
and it's here now. But
Yeah.
I don't want it any longer. I don't want it any shorter. So like it grows, and then half inch here, half inch there.
So, like, was that your initial goal with growing out the mustache? Like, was this the goal?
Um,
or what sparked the inspiration?
Okay, so I rodeoed with a girl, Casey Monans, and her dad, Craig Monans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's, I don't know, 50-some years old and has a thick mustache. It goes way out there, and
Yeah.
I just love it, you know. And
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do something like that someday. And I went through the weird stage of a baby mustache for a long time. And, just kind of let it keep growing, and now it's what it is now. But
Does it take maintaining, or is it just easy to do?
I mean, the wax and putting the wax in is easy to do, but
Yeah.
it's just harder getting it out. And when you take the wax out, you lose hairs.
Oh, that's sad.
But it's not healthy for your hair to have the
Right,
wax
to have
in
the
all the
wax in it,
time.
right.
So like I'll leave here and I'll take it out Monday,
Okay.
and then either Friday before the bull riding or Thursday night I'll put it back in.
Okay. I was gonna say I need like a
Yeah.
walkthrough of like your beauty routine around the mustache.
Literally gonna say this is like a
what is the maintenance
tutorial.
involved in this? Because I don't think people understand. I mean, I don't.
I don't know. It's not that serious, but I put oil in it every day
Yeah.
and try to keep it healthy. Because if you don't do nothing, guys that have beards,
Yeah, I
nice
mean,
beards, they put
right.
oils in, do all
Right.
kind of stuff, and you just got to keep it softer, you know, so hairs don't break
Right.
as easy. And I'm kind of slowly learning things, but
Gosh, I love it.
yeah, so
That's
it's
awesome.
every time I see someone with a mustache, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, yeah.
what do you use? What do you
use?
do?
Literally, he's a girl.
Yeah.
I love it. He's like, what products are you using?
Right. Compare, do this, do that.
Yeah.
Well, I found this way, I found that way.
It's a lot of that because I mean, girls understand that fully. We all have different textured hair, and like finding what works for us. I mean, I know there's got to be that way with mustaches.
It is too. It's like in the summertime when it gets like in Fort Worth, like I can't wax it when I'm home.
Right, I'm sure.
'Cause it's just too hot.
Too hot.
Like here is even warm. You
Oh,
go outside
I
and
didn't think
it's
about
so
that.
hot.
It'll
Go-
start.
it melts. It's wax.
Yeah.
You know, so it would be a nice mustache, and I leave the hotel.
And then it's not enough.
But then it goes,
It's just a sad mustache.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. This is great. I love this conversation.
Yeah,
I think
it's
rodeo clowns need to have that. It needs to start being a
It
thing.
needs to be a thing.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, it must be like a new trend or something. You know, like the mullets. It's coming back now.
It's coming
or
back.
you see everyone has a mustache or trying, growing one.
Yeah, trying to grow a mustache. That's the key word there.
We had a Halloween event we went to, and she was Dolly, and I was Porter,
man.
and I shaved my face for the first time in years.
Literal years.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I trimmed it down and did different versions of it. She's trying to cook food for this Halloween party in the kitchen, and I'm coming to show
I
her
was
every
so
stage of it, and
annoyed.
she's like, "I don't care." I'm
Slowly
like, "But
narrowing
look,
it down."
but look.
I'm like, he's like, this is what I'd look like this.
Yeah.
This is what I'd look like with just a mustache. And I was like, just shave it.
All of it.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they
part
did
of me,
pictures in between, so I wouldn't miss any steps.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
but part of me was campaigning to go just mustache.
And I said, absolutely not.
No.
It looked
Why
good.
against the mustache?
I thought it was fine.
My dad has a mustache. I don't know.
Your dad's a good man.
Yeah, but just no. I can't see it with you. I like the full face better. It's better.
Maybe
Thanks.
it'll grow on you.
He'll try it again.
Yeah, he will try it
He'll
again.
try
That's
it
a-
again.
We have another Halloween
Definitely.
coming.
I don't know if we're going that full send again.
It depends on what our costume is. You
Oh my
never
gosh,
know.
yes.
It's
Right.
tough to come up with couples costumes that are actually fun.
Yeah, no, it really is because I'm like not one of those.
Well, the hard part is we always have like things we
Some
think are funny from
ridiculous-
rodeo or
Yes,
something,
yes.
but none of our friends get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that don't
Like
understand
one
it.
year
right?
we were a Fallon and Baby Flow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was Baby
I wore a
Flo and she
helmet
was
all
Fallon.
night.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
And the sparkly outfits.
Yes.
and-
Yeah, I had like
A wig
some
with
crazy.
pink.
Yeah, I had a wig that had like red pink hair underneath, bright turquoise pants, and like a multicolored leopard shirt. And he was literally a sorrel horse.
Yeah, I had polo wraps. I had
Dang.
a fake saddle. I had a horse head.
Yeah, we
and
sewed like a
horse hoof
felt
things.
saddle onto the back of the
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
What?
Because that's the problem about Jordan Briggs, y'all don't know, is he does not do store-bought costumes. He's like, no,
Yeah.
we're going to make the
We'll make 'em.
costume.
Yeah.
So
Store
he's-
bought, everybody goes and buys the same thing. You show up and you're the same thing somebody
he's
else
not
is.
about
I'm
it.
not.
No.
He's
So
not
they sew
about it.
everything, make
Yes.
shirts.
If I'm gonna put on a Halloween costume, I'm not gonna waste my time on crap like that.
That's pretty good because
Oh, my gosh.
it's gonna be unique. You know, no one else is gonna have that same one.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like I could be Riley for Halloween.
You could.
Yeah. Get a
But you're going to
mustache
like
and
mustache
I should have started 3 years ago
extensions.
though.
We'll get the mustache extensions to put on.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
gosh.
gosh. Yeah, I don't know. That might not work.
a little glue on deal.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And put your eyelashes.
Yeah, I could do eyelash glue.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that.
Extensions, yep. Implants.
So you've done a lot in the arena, out of the arena, but
Yes.
like in the arena, what's the two questions here? So what's been like the best most memorable ride you've ever seen that you pulled a gate for, and then what's been one of the craziest event gone wrong kind of things that's happened?
Probably Jose on Whoopa, the 98 3/4 in Las Vegas.
That's
You
wild.
got to see Whoopa through the whole year.
Yes.
In 94, 96, 97, then going to the finals, it was 98 3/4. So to be there, I was in 21. So to be there from like the start of it to it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then finals is 98. And that's crazy. That's
that's an unheard of
highest score ever, you know.
Yeah, 98 point bull ride, and you opened the gate for it.
Yeah.
And you were there watching it.
Right. So that's probably one of the coolest and experience I'll never forget, you know, and it's something that, I don't know if the record ever gets broken or not, but it's something pretty cool to be.
Yeah.
I pulled the gate for that bull, you know, that bull ride. Where was it? Tulsa, Oklahoma in 22. 22, we had like, was it 9 re-rides in one night? It just things kept going wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong.
Oh my gosh,
That was probably one of the ones that like, you know, things they weren't going right all night long.
Bull riding.
Longest PBR perf ever.
Yes, it was super long, and it's not just you can load one in and they get on because you got to go get the bull.
Oh yeah.
Well, then the rider has to put on the rope, and then we're waiting for it. So.
Oh, that is a process because it's not like re-ride bulls are just queued up and ready to go.
Well, I mean, they're not way back there,
Right,
but they're not. They're not expecting to go in, you know.
100%.
So it's those are probably the two most memorable, I guess. And then always the wrecks that you're like last night we were right there.
Yeah.
2 guys get knocked out. Well, they go in the arena and the bullfighters say like stay out of the way because more people out there
Right.
cause the
more
bull
chaos.
to come in, you know.
Right.
So it's
Was that Oklahoma?
where's that?
The Wildcatters, the 2 guys that.
No, it was just last night. There's 2 wildcatters that got
Okay.
knocked down and hung up back to back. And you know, so then you're right there and lots of that stuff going on. So if I open that gate and a bull comes around, you're right there. And like last night I couldn't jump up, so I was right there and the bull like brushed my shirt. I'm leaning against the shoe like this.
Yeah,
expecting to just get nailed, you know.
Yes.
And
Got to get body slammed
so
and kicked.
Yeah, you're sweating after that because I'm like, oh my gosh, am I good? He like brushed my shirt.
Have you ever got hit or wiped out?
Wiped out before and got, you know, jump up and have a bull come by and kick you or, you know, you have to jump up fast, you know.
Yes.
But it was, what was it, Jacksonville for the UTB here. I opened the gate and the dirt was not good. Like dirt was super clumpy, you know, like make prints in there. And well, the second bull of the night, I pull it and end up getting tripped up and get launched in the bug and shoots. Like not scorpion, but like folded up in my whole hat, folded up like this, and I just landed right in the buck and shoots.
No.
And split my nose open and bleeding everywhere. Well, the other guys that Bo Davis, the shoot boss, he sent a bull on the other side. So I'm shutting this gate, and he's like, dude, hurry, he's about ready. So I go squealing over there. And
my gosh.
Well, my face is bleeding.
He's
face bleeding, and I pull the gate because he's ready, you know. And he's like, dude, what happened? Like, are you okay? Like, they seen me wipe out, but they didn't know I was bleeding or – he's like, "Yo, get out of here." So I seen Tanny in the back, and they got me cleaned up, and so they taped it all up because I was gonna go pull gates again.
Yeah.
Well, I go out there and I'm dizzy, you know, I can't see, and I'm like, no, I can't go out there.
Yeah.
Well, then afterwards, he's like, yeah, come back afterwards, and we'll see what we can do for stitches, you know, or whatever. Well, I'm close to the sports med guys, and because they're always at the center gate, you know, so I go over there, and they're like, dude, that cut's deep. Like, we're gonna like cut your mustache, like. cut it. Like, I mean, I can't see it. You know, I'm trying to feel it, and then like, no, my hands are dirty. They don't want me to touch it.
Please do not stick that up in there.
And so like, they says, okay, we have to cut off part of your mustache because it's going down in there, and we have to go around.
Go the sutures,
you know, so I said, no, like, we're not gonna stitch it. We're gonna like super glue it. I don't care what it looks like. I'm not cutting my mustache. Well, then they kept on with it all night. You know, like how much? Okay, so then we just only have to cut a little bit. I was like, okay, well, fine. Giving in, like, how much do you want to cut off?
They got like one hair
Only
off.
from here all the way over.
Oh my gosh.
So I said, oh.
Just half of it. It's fine.
Didn't have to do that, and then I guess it didn't go out. You can see it, you know.
Yeah.
But so I went into Tandy's afterwards, and they took the bandage off and cleaned it and put a deal of Novocaine in, one up top and one on the bottom. But the top one, it went in. Well, I was laying down.
Yeah.
And I said, I got to spit after you put it in there, put the Novocaine in. Well, I spit, and it was the Novocaine that came out. I spit the Novocaine out.
How deep? Oh my gosh.
So then I was
Deep
like,
was this
oh, I'm like,
cut?
what the heck? My throat's all numb and
Yes.
spit it out. Well, I was like, what was that? And he's like, oh, you have a hole through your nasal cavity.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's actually probably good that they figured that out, though.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? It just numb everything.
Oh my gosh.
So I had 2 layers of stitches, four
Yeah.
on the inside and then 4 or 5 on the outside.
It's better.
Big
that
old
they
black and
figured
blue
that
eye,
out.
you know. And
Yeah. Oh, man.
Like you ride bulls? No, that's just open.
yeah, you crashed. Yep. Not I'm proud of that one, I guess.
Oh my
You gotta
gosh,
have
I
some
love
kind
it.
of badge of honor mark to carry with you.
Yeah, I
for years
mean
like
that was a serious one. I tripped before and just get tangled up, but
Right.
that was the worst one, I guess.
You talk about how you know a lot of the riders and you're friends with them and you're friends with the sports med team. Can you talk about how kind of the PBR seems like such a family?
It is a family. We travel 40 to 45 weeks a year, and the same guys go every week.
Right.
And so being down in Texas now, a lot of them live down there. So we'll hang out, hang out all weekend.
Right.
Well, then during the week, you're like, hey, you want to go out to eat or
Yeah.
Yeah.
want to go here, do this, do that? So we're all tied in. We're all family, and it's that's what's probably the most important thing. Like makes it more fun that way.
Yeah. How much time do you spend with the riders and the rest of the production crew when you're like, say you're in Nashville this weekend? How much time will you guys have to actually just spend together, not here working, but around cities and stuff?
Everyone has different schedules, but
Right.
it's I have a couple guys that are closer with that go do other things with, like go out eat during the day or, I wouldn't say it's hang out all day, because they work out and they have all these other plans going, and the team stuff has them pretty busy. Interviews here, PR stuff there, so we hang out quite a bit, but sometimes we'll go out at nighttime for a beer, but the guys all got to ride and we got to work tomorrow, so it's
Yeah.
Can't go too
you got to
wild.
behave, yeah.
Yes.
Well, you did get to go to Brazil recently, right? Who did you go with down there?
I went with Marcelo
Okay.
Piera, and we went down there. They were riding in the Rio Verde rodeo,
Yeah.
and so it was me, Marcelo, JT Moore, he's from Texas, Sam Woodall, he came from Australia, and Alvaro from Mexico. And so they all went down this rodeo down there to go down there, but we hung out at Marcelo's house for 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
Hung out, just did cool stuff. They practiced bulls and hung out, and then we drove. It was like a 10-hour drive to this Rio Verde, and the night before was the qualifier to get in this big rodeo. And it's like the Rio Verde. It's 200,000 people in 4 days.
It's wild.
And so it's pretty nuts. And,
Yeah.
them guys know who I am down there. I got a lot of Brazilian fans.
Yeah.
And they said, I'm coming down. Like, well, we want you to pull gates for us.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
I'm already down there. Like,
Cool.
I'm pull gates,
might
you
as
know.
well.
And
Better than
and,
sitting in the stands.
yeah, so just down there is like I ended up being the first American to ever pull gates in Brazil.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's
I
pretty-
love
that's a
that.
pretty cool
really
thing, you
cool.
know, but-
That's really cool.
So it's just a lot of fun down in Brazil. Like the people, the food. Everyone's just so nice down there.
Yeah.
And I never realized that, meeting all these Brazilians here that are riding, and like never really realized like what it is down there. But
Right. That's
you meet
what
one
I was
person
going to say. That's what I want
and
to
you
ask
shake
about.
25 more of them that they all care. You can't understand them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was going to say, you
Can't
don't
I
speak
don't
any
know.
Portuguese,
No,
right?
like 5 words maybe, but and so everyone's just so nice down there, and the food.
Yeah.
I was down there for 14 days and
Yeah.
gained 15 pounds being down there.
It's awesome.
Had steak picanha for 14 days in a row, and
Oh my gosh.
I've heard them talk about that before.
yeah, and it's almost a thing down there if they make food and they get mad if you don't
if you
eat.
don't eat, it's offensive.
Don't eat. It's like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, I'm full. I'm full. Like that. It's hard to talk to him,
yeah,
but
they don't like that.
but
Like, no,
they
no,
get
no.
mad if you don't eat, and
Yeah.
you eat 5-6 times a day.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
You hungry? You hungry? No.
No.
I eat like twice a day, maybe once, But it's just down there is so cool, and
Yeah, I want to ask about that. How different is the rodeo culture down there versus like a PBR event? Like, how different is it? Is it more rodeo, or is it just entirely different than events in the U.S.?
this one we went to is a full rodeo, not a full
Okay.
rodeo, but they had bronc riding, which is a totally different style. Like
Yeah.
they don't have no horn on it, nothing to how we ride here.
Yeah.
It's all flat.
Interesting.
Their saddle's all flat. Like it's just a totally different style, and that's the only place in the world that rides like that.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Whether it's steamer open, and they don't have no horns on their steers down there.
Oh.
So they rope
They
around the
have
neck,
their own neck, yeah.
And so, and, yeah, team roping, barrel racing, bronc riding, and the bull riding.
Okay.
The bulls are totally different style than here.
Right.
They're huge down there. Huge and slower. Here they're more muscled and fast.
Right.
It is a totally different style compared to up here. So it's the difference is when they got girls on the pickup horses. That's something we've never seen before. And like the announcer, our announcers like sit in the stand or up top, you know.
Right.
Well, down there they are in the arena. They're like
Just on the ground?
in the arena, going like announcing, like probably 40 feet away, maybe. Like just
That's
in the zone. Like
impressive.
they
Okay.
if the bull
Calling
comes, they
it,
go this way. If the bull comes
my
this way, they go over
gosh.
there.
That's awesome.
You know, they go crazy, and they're like so much excitement or so much, what do you call it? There's just so much thrilling going on there. Like they're in the moment, like you're going crazy.
Yeah.
You can't understand it.
No.
It's pretty easy to tell,
awesome.
though.
And then just you're getting it, you know, talking about the ride and
That's
just
cool.
So this next time we go down there, I need to learn more Portuguese.
So they like run up to the rider right after the ride and talk to him?
Yep, talk to them, or just a
so
crazy thing. Like
interesting.
here, no one talks to them until they get outside.
Yeah.
Right.
They're in the arena.
Oh my gosh, there's still like a bull in the arena.
Like you watch them deals, you hear them talking. Well, they're in the arena right there. Like
That's wild.
this is a crazy thing. Lots of differences down there.
That's unique.
And
God, that sounds like a good trip.
so we did that. We seen sugar cane. Never really seen much sugar cane before.
Yeah.
So Marcelo took us to the field, and we cut a stalk off, and he's like, "No, this is how you do it. You gotta cut the outside, and then cut it in chunks, and you chew on it, get the sugar out of it." But we seen him combining some, and so we stopped, pulled over, and checked it all out. Well, we ended up seeing all that, and I thought it was super cool. All the trucks, 'cause the trucks are all different down there, and combine. I've never seen a harvester for sugar cane before.
Yeah.
What do they produce with their sugar cane?
Gas, alcohol, all kinds of stuff with their sugar cane. That's huge down there.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huge.
Back home, we have family that raises sugar cane, but they make molasses with
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah, they had all kinds of sugar cane, not sugar cane, alcohol, fuel or gas, all kinds of stuff with it. But
That's cool.
so then later we were in town, and he had some buddies, and like Marcelo knows a bunch of people down there because he's from there. But
Right.
so he went to town that day, and he's like, I said I want to try some more sugar cane, like the juice. So he find this like kind of like a little trailer deal that this guy has a bunch of sugar cane there, the stocks. They said, "Oh, okay." Marcelo told them we want some, and we'll try it. My first time from America, you know. And
Yeah.
He's Americana, going crazy, you know, because you know they've never
Yeah,
seen
that's not a
Americans
common
before,
place,
you know,
right.
nothing. So he said we want to try it, so they get the stock, and he sends it through the little brusher deal that cleans it.
Yep.
Well, then he gets it all through there, and then sticks it through this like little deal that squishes it, so it sends the stock in there, and at the end of it, it spits out the sugar cane juice,
Right.
and it comes out green. You know, it's like all sugar.
Yeah.
And
It's
he
straight
says,
sugar.
"Too much of this, you make you very sleepy." So I tried some, and it's a different taste, but it's good. But
So do they distill it or brew it, or what do they do to get the alcohol?
I don't know what they all do when they goes to the plant. I'm not sure what it all
Did you
how
try
the
any
whole
of that?
process it is. No, I never did.
No.
No, but they have sugarcane beer. They have sugarcane whiskey.
Interesting.
They have all kinds of different stuff. But so the sugarcane deal, and everywhere down there they have lots of fruit. So
I'm sure
fruit
that's
roadside
amazing.
stands everywhere.
Yes.
Pineapple, like the pineapples are like way smaller than ours, like
Yeah.
tiny, and so many fruit. Like we tried it all. Went to at this rodeo, they had a fruit stand there.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, what's this, Marcel?" He says, "Oh, come on, try." I'm trying it, and this guy comes around that's running the stand, and they're eating one. And he brings another one, Try this, try this, try this, and all of it's so good. Like I'd show you the video,
so
and
fresh.
you won't even recognize none of it.
Yeah.
It's so good, and just a lot of different things down there, you know. And
That's
I
cool.
like down there for 14 days, but I did not want to come home. Honestly.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's how you know it's a good trip, though. You could go
Yes.
somewhere that long, and you're still wanting to stay.
Yeah,
around.
like I got back here and I teased, you know, because all the Brazilians here, like, "Oh my gosh, how's Brazil? How's Brazil?"
Yeah,
I said,
they were
"Very
like,
fun,
"Please
very
tell
fun."
us.
So I told him, and I teased him. I said, "You guys all want to come down here or up here to America?" And I want from
Yeah.
Brazil. I'm
like,
from
"I wanna go
America. I
back
want to
there."
stay in Brazil. So it's just a lot of fun, and going back next year.
Are you really?
Yeah,
That's
it's,
awesome.
I pulled the gates of that one rodeo, and now they want me to work Bejetos. Bejetos is
Heck
100,000 people
That's
per day,
so cool.
10 days long.
That's massive.
Yeah.
It's a PBR finals down there the first weekend.
Ah.
So it's pretty exciting. Get to go down and do that next year.
Yeah, that's
So
way cool.
that's PBR is affiliated with the PBR here.
Yeah, it's just we have PBR Brazil, we have PBR Mexico, PBR Australia, PBR Canada, and it's just a, it's PBR, but it's just a different branch of it. All the
Right.
guys down there.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
it's
I
pretty
mean,
pretty cool to be
It's
able
just
to do all
grown
that. And,
so much.
yeah.
From what was it, 91, 93 when it all started?
We're 20 or 31 years now. Just had our 30th year anniversary last year, I think,
Yeah. So
for PBR.
It'd be
Yeah.
93.
93.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Selling out
Lots
arenas.
of changes since then,
Heck yeah.
Yes.
So what's your goal? Like, what are you wanting to do? Do you have aspirations to move up in the PBR, do more things with the production, or what is your path? What do you?
I mean, I like what I'm doing now. There's
Right.
always the better job of
Oh, for
any
sure.
person. There's always the better job somewhere. I like what I'm doing now. And it's just it's tough work.
Right.
Tough work setting up the steel. The bull deal is easy, but the pulling gates, that's not hard.
Nah.
But it's
I mean, it can be.
it's cool being with the
Could be.
bulls. I like the bulls, and
Yeah.
you see them every week, and this bull's here. Like, it comes off the trailer. Oh, you don't have to have his number. You don't have to know nothing, and you can tell. You remember what he did from last week, or tell what the bull's gonna do. I think that's
Yeah.
like more to be right there and part of it. That's more fun,
Yeah. No doubt. Do you have a favorite bull?
I like smokestack. Cool Whip's cool, but
Yeah.
it's just those are two nice, really super nice ones. You
Yes.
can walk in their pen and go scratch on them, do anything you want.
Yeah, I want
and
one of
top
those.
dollars like
Yeah.
that, or
Top Dollar's the cutest.
right.
He's like
And
the
he's
cutest.
famous. Have you
He
seen
is.
him?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's
I've gotten to meet him multiple times in person. So
She has, yeah.
yeah.
he's such a sweet guy.
The owner does an event in Texas, a women's
Yeah.
event, and she's got to go to it a few
Courtney.
times.
Oh,
and
yep.
She'll
Yeah,
have
she
them
always
hauled
has
in.
Top
And
Dollar.
Katie and Laramie, they're like
Yes.
the bull mom and dad.
Yes, yeah. Courtney has him hauled in for that event, so we get to see him.
Oh,
and,
yep.
and celebrate him. So it's always really cool. But it's cool to hear about, like, just even you who don't work with the bulls, but like you're on a totally different side of things, and to hear how much you enjoy the bulls, that's really cool. I don't think people outside of the Western industry understand that. Like that.
No, they
At every level of involvement, people really enjoy the animals.
do, and people don't realize what it all. We go to all these places, and they're like, "Oh, do the bulls stay in the arena all night, or
No.
where do they go afterwards?" People don't know that they
Right.
come on trailers and they come 4 hours before, unload them. They get to hang on their pens for 4 hours, chill,
Yeah.
take a nap, do whatever they want. When it gets closer to showtime, they know what they're doing there. They're
Yes.
getting excited. They're pacing in there.
Yeah, they're ready
But-
to buck because that's what they're excited to do. It's their job.
Yeah.
So they get on bucking, go back and get on the trailer. When that trailer's full, they
Live
go
the best
back
life.
home. They get unloaded.
Right.
People don't realize like what it all comes down. With the bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And these bulls are like athletes. They're treated better than most people's kids.
Yeah,
Honestly.
no doubt.
They provide a living for people, and they really are
Yes.
athletes. You got to take care of them. I mean, if you don't take care of them, they're not going to perform, and you're not going to be able to keep them around. It's-
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, people don't realize what it all takes for them bulls, and people just don't. We go to all these cities, and people just don't know.
Right.
And we talk to them about it, and the biggest probably misconception is, you guys probably know
Yeah.
it too, but biggest
Oh, yes.
misconception is, but no, it's good to show people what it
Education
all
key,
is.
and that's
yeah.
the biggest thing is education is key. Like we do care about these animals, and you can't outmuscle these animals.
No.
Like you're not gonna force them to do anything.
No,
Right.
like you
Got
go
news
grab
for
one
ya.
and there's not much fat on them. Like
No.
they're super lean, and just
Yeah.
the thing is like how they get treated. That's the thing people don't understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, and it's devastating when they lose them too. I mean,
Oh,
when
yeah.
they get
They're
older, or
part
when
of
they
the
have an
family.
accident, or just like people, they'll play in the pasture and break a leg or whatever,
Yeah.
and then it's devastating for those owners when that does happen. Like, I mean, you can tell when you talk to people who've had a bull for a long time that lost it, that it still
like a
means
dog.
lot to 'em.
You
Oh
know,
yeah, it's part of the family.
Yeah.
It is. You never know when the last day is going to be. Just like the bull rider versus the bull.
100%.
If the bull comes out there, people always say, "Oh, how old do they get?" Well, there's a couple that's smooth operator. I think he was
Yeah.
9 or 10. One that's oldest bull to like be able to do something like that. And they
Right.
not very many you see like that.
No.
So it's,
No.
you never
and
know.
to buck that long at
Yes,
that caliber,
at that
you have to
level.
be taken care of.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
not going to keep
Yes.
doing that if you're getting crappy feed or if you're not being cared for when you're
Yes.
sick.
It all
or-
comes down to that, and then it all like you never know what's going to happen during that ride. If he comes up bucking and just lands on it wrong,
Yeah.
well,
100%.
he could be 4 years old and that happened, and another one that could be a 10, and he's been just fine.
Right.
Step off the trailer wrong and do
Yeah.
that too. It's,
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, it's anything.
Right.
So whenever what's a day look like for you? So like
Yeah,
today on
walk
a
us
Saturday,
through.
this is a second perf of 3 for the weekend. So like, what will your day be like from the time you get up till the time the perf's over and you're done?
I usually get up and have some breakfast, go walk around. I like the fresh air, so go outside and just walk around. There's a city, so there's always something to do somewhere. Mm-hmm. So usually try to find something to do in town, if it's with some friends. And we always like doing the touristy things, if we're in the city, but so do all that. And like today, we had bulls that came at 3 o'clock.
Right.
So we'll come early and put out shavings for the pens and make them, all drier and place for the bulls to stand on, but do that and then have catering after the old bulls. Come back probably an hour before the show, hang out, talk to all the guys. And after the show, we'll, either go back and shower because, you get all sweaty. And so shower and, sometimes we'll go out for a beer, but not saying we go party hard, and that's what we're looking. We're not looking forward to go party afterwards, but usually go have a couple beers, just to relax and then go to bed. And
it's hard to go to bed right after too.
It is.
Anytime you're involved with something that exciting.
Yes, exactly. And anytime you're involved in like a production type thing, or if you're a performer, like you can't just go to bed after. Like you gotta like time to dial down and relax. So
go
we
back for
that.
everyone that's been with PBR. So you go talk about this ride, talk about this.
Oh, something
we did
always
this.
happens.
We could have done this or something else.
Yes, 100%.
Talk about that, or did you see this? Did you see that? Or that fan is going crazy over there. That sign, or you just they end up talking about work for a couple hours after. No matter what the day is.
That's how it was for us too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So what's your social media? Where can people find you, follow you, keep up with you, what you're doing?
It's Riles Pager. It's basically I got Instagram and I got Facebook. I get on the TikTok, but I've never posted one thing on there before.
I relate. I don't like the TikTok that much. Like I'll get on there.
I'll
for
get on there
seconds and then I'm like, meh.
I'll get on there and scroll, and sometimes I'll catch myself scrolling for a couple hours. Like not even paying attention.
Not
just
good.
Mindless.
Yes. Totally out of the zone, but
yeah,
it's just Riley Page and Riles Pager.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Riley. We appreciate it, man. Thanks for sitting down with us, and
thank you guys.
I'd say good luck tonight, but I think you got it covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. Thank you for everything, guys.
Yeah.